God uses life experiences to mold us and to shape us. And one of the most effective but painful life experiences he uses is failure. Failure hurts. How a person responds to failure will determine how they will be as leaders and many other things. And there's no way around it. I'm not trying to say in this video that we should become some kind of super, balanced people, that failure doesn't hurt me, doesn't affect me. I'm okay, actually. In fact, I like it. But this is crazy talk. Okay? That's why it's failure. Because you tried. You put your effort into it. You did your best. You prayed. You fasted. You worked hard on it. And then, bam! You didn't get what you were after. And that's why it hurts. I struggled with this fear of failure a lot. In fact, it's probably one of my biggest fears. Growing up, I would stop playing games if I lost at them because I didn't want to lose. So there are so many games and experiences that I missed out on because I just wanted to avoid failure. So failure is normal. The pain of it is fine. But there comes a time when we might let the pain of failure define us or limit us or even keep us from trying again. We say things like, I can't forgive myself for what I did. Or I guess hindi ko talaga kaya to. Or I'm afraid to try because I'm going to fail again. That's when you know it's a problem. It's okay to feel the pain and disappointment, but get up and keep going. When we're more fixated on our failure or our ability or our reputation, then there's something wrong in our mindset. Here's what the Apostle Paul said about mistakes and failings and weaknesses in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, 9 and 10. He talks about this weakness he has. We don't know what it is. There's different theories. He prays to God about it, and God says to him, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Then Paul's response is, if God's power is made perfect in my weakness, therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecution, and calamities, for when I am weak, then I am strong. Paul realized, you know what, it's not about me making mistakes. God's power is sufficient. So I'm going to overcome this. When a fear of failure defines us, we realize we're focused on ourselves and not the power of God. It reminds me of this young man he was, he was going to preach in this particularly loud, large setting. He was nervous, and he was talking to me beforehand. And he said, how do I get over this nervousness? I'm afraid, I'm scared. And I said, I can tell you what helps me, but I don't know if you like it. And he goes, okay. I said, do you have a word from God? Yes. Do you love these people? Yes. Do you think these people will be helped by this word from God? Yes. So what are you afraid of? I said, I'm afraid, I'll look bad. And I said, yeah, well, what helps me fight nervousness is, and I told him, get over yourself. It's not about you. If you're afraid that you're going to look bad, then you're more concerned about how people think of you than God's word and what's going to happen, with these people when you deliver that word. Instead, trust God that He's going to do it, and just do it. And this is what he did. He went, okay. And he did an amazing job. And he's an amazing leader now as well. See, the fear of failure makes us look at ourselves. To get over the fear of failure, we go to God and we look at Him. Don't be afraid to fail. You're going to do it a lot anyway. You're going to make a mistake anyway, but God will catch you. And He's the hero of the story anyway. One question to ask yourselves is, what failures have you had? And how has that shaped your life? Where was God in those moments? And how can you trust that even in those moments of failure and weakness, God is strong?